Taylor. I don't have harsh opinions of Joy Taylor. She's not someone that I didn't get along with. I basically, for the most part, just kept my distance from Joy Taylor. And I kept my distance, not because I didn't like her, it's just because I knew myself. I know myself. I know what I'm capable of. And that big rack of hers that she showed off constantly, it's just, and that peanut butter skin with that big rack, like, Jay, keep your distance. That's going to get you into trouble.
Shut your mouth and your fat ass, boy.
Don't be playing with yourselves. You gotta work in the morning.
Push the goddamn button. Push the goddamn button.
Is it really money, power, and respect? Or is it just money, power, and sex? Workplace romance. I'm sure we've all heard this from time to time, witnessed it, and some may have even taken part in such activities. The mention of a work husband or a work wife is usually suggested as fodder, but in all honesty, it can be a real dangerous thing if you aren't careful. I want to open up this video with some very simple but common truths, so that those who may want to act oblivious to these truths can possibly open their eyes to reality. Close proximity to the opposite sex, or in some cases the same sex on a regular basis, creates the atmosphere to build a bond or an affinity for those you come in contact with for extended periods of time. Most times these bonds are not planned at all. They just develop, as if you are watering a flower appropriately and giving it the right amount of sunlight. It's just nature taking its course. When you add financial and career incentives on top of this unplanned natural process, well, let's just say the growth of that bond can be sped up exponentially. Another truth is that the power dynamics between men and women in the workplace have always existed in our society. It's mostly projected that men are usually in higher positions of power and take advantage of their place on the totem pole. But over the years, there have been many women in positions of power that have taken advantage of their power and influence as well. Either way, depending on where you may fall on the spectrum, everyone is aware of their position and the tools they have at their disposal for advancement in some way, shape, or form. The most common exchanges that take place are sex for money or sex for promotion. Regardless of how you may look at these exchanges or feel about them, it's just the reality for a lot of people. Now, don't get me wrong. Sometimes these exchanges are not always by choice. Many times it can be because of survival. For example, Fox has paid out millions upon millions in settlements to women over the past decade. From the top of the food chain with Roger Ailes, Bill O'Reilly, and Sean Hannity, to even lower tier hosts like Charles Payne. Since the main story here is about FS1, I just wanted to point out that Fox isn't a newbie in the sex and work arena. They are far too familiar with this song and dance at this point. For the subject at hand though, I want to raise my hand and say that most of the criticism aimed at Joy Taylor is borderline unfair. You see, I try to call a spade a spade. And in this instance, people are more focused on who Joy Taylor has been having sex with than the fact that a different woman was put out of work for possibly refusing the advances of a man in a position of power. Allegedly. Now, regardless if Joy was using sex to advance her career at FS1 or not, that's really that woman's business. I would say it's a bad look, but I also believe that she has been very good at her job. Her commentary and analytical opinions are very comparable to her male colleagues. It's not like she's just some dumb broad on TV spouting ignorance. Overall, from the lawsuit, it seems as if Joy was very aware of what she needed to do in order to advance her career and was willing to do whatever was necessary. The only thing I would even criticize her for is not making sure her supposed friend was straight in that space. But truth be told, that's not Joy's responsibility either. That's a grown-ass woman. You either report the harassment and find new employment with the possibility of being whitewashed from the industry, or you allow yourself to fall victim to these men who are clearly trying to take advantage of you. You see, a lot of people argue, well, it's not that easy. My response would be, oh yes, it is. You see, as an adult, you get to make your own decisions. Are you making the decision to stand on your morals, principles, and not be taken advantage of? Or do you allow yourself to be taken advantage of for the position or for the paycheck? At the end of the day, it's your decision to make. I would like to say it shouldn't be that way, but it is. You see, we have a convicted felon accused of sexual harassment in the White House. Let's just be real in 2025 and deal with reality. Instead of all this focus on who Joy Taylor had sex with, the criticism should be on the men who were in a position of power that attempted to get Miss Faraji to have sex with them. Now, I don't believe that Skip Bayless offered the woman $1.5 million to have sex with him, but I could see him offering something. He's a skinny, old, ugly white dude. Ain't like he Brad Pitt or Leonardo DiCaprio. It's Skip freaking Bayless. Yeah, he probably paying for some pussy. Charlie Dixon, the executive vice president, well, he's an old, ugly white dude as well. He had the power to hire and fire both women. Joy was already allegedly sleeping with him for career benefits, so of course a man in his power and his position would think another woman would do the same thing as well. I don't know the man, but hell, I wouldn't put it past someone in that position. You see, we don't know with 100% certainty if any of this stuff is true or not, but I would think those guys should be getting just as much or even more scrutiny than Joy at this point. Side note, Jason Whitlock, shut your mouth and your fat ass, boy. This dude is always saying some goofy shit just to get attention and likes and clicks. This the same man that says a lot of ignorant shit about our black superstars. Truth be told, only reason any solid woman would probably sleep with his fat ass is because he was paying for it. Deuces.
This dude has bugged me for years, man. He has bugged me for years. What's wrong with this dude, man? It seems like he's always been against African-American men, African-American athletes. He just seems like kind of a traitor, you know? Jason Whitelock is what I call him. He's always saying shit against us. For some reason, it feels that way. If I'm wrong, you can say whatever you want in the comments. It just feels that way. He looks like a bitter, chunky that's always mad at everybody. You know what I'm saying? Like he's one of them dudes that only made it to high school football, got a knee injury and didn't get to college. And you know what I'm saying? He's one of them hater mother. He got the hater face. Look at him. That pudgy hater face. He's not even a nice pudgy guy. There are nice pudgy people out there. You one of them pessimistic pudgy, man. And this thing you said about this woman, man, yo, was whack, son. It's whack. You sounded mad creepy. You was like, you know, that big old rack.
That big rack of hers.
That peanut butter skin.
That peanut butter skin.
Keep it away from me, like.
Keep your distance.
What was you about to do? You about to push something? That was real disrespectful, man. Disrespectful. That big old rack.
That big rack.
Man, you didn't have a chance. The only rack you had was a rack of ribs. And the only peanut butter you was gonna get close to was peanut butter and jelly, or a peanut butter cup, or peanut butter brittle. That was it. Yo, whose man's is this, right? Whose man's is this? Someone get this smoke, Whitlock. I hope your ass get in trouble for that. Shitlock.
With this lawsuit, you have the Jason Whitlocks of the world. What did he say?
I know what I'm capable of. That big rack of hers that she showed off constantly. And that peanut butter skin with that big rack. Like, Jay, keep your distance.
Okay. Hey, Jason Whitlock. Hey, my guy. No, you're not my guy. Guy, come here. You're not that guy, pal. You're not. That big rack of hers, that's inappropriate. That butter skin, that's inappropriate. Like, bro, you're not that guy. So to comment on something like this, bro, stay in your lane. Whether Joy did what she did, the accusations are true or not, stay in your lane, Jason. All right? Because, bro, like, you're having an outer body experience, and it's time for me to put you back in your body to let you know, bro, you're not that guy, pal.
Yeah.
Joy, is she a very attractive woman? Absolutely. And it's not for me to make inappropriate statements, Jason. Like, all right, let's put it like this, since we want to get personal. Hey, yo, who you fucking? Who you sleeping with?
What she look like?
Bring her to the forefront. Yeah, to the forefront. Because life got to be open.
Yeah, you got her, dog.
You know what I'm saying? It ain't no shade, but I'm just giving a look. Yeah. This is a person who's, bro, like been a villain in the industry for years. So I'm like, bro, we want to see her. Don't say inappropriate things like that and not be questioned about that.